Hi, welcome to the Small Shed. This week we're at the National Exhibition Centre in Birmingham. See you in a minute. Now, you know, I like to mix things up and keep different things every week, but in this case we looked at preparing my model railway layout for the exhibition at the National Exhibition Centre, and I thought it might follow on reasonably well to show you how the weekend went. So basically it's diary of an exhibition over the weekend, and how much time and effort goes into these things, that you go to craft shows and exhibitions and trade demonstrations over, you know, a period of days, and you don't necessarily realise quite the amount of time and effort that's probably gone in behind the scenes with all the people who are coming from all over the country to do things. Right, it's Friday morning, time to get this show on the road, get the car loaded. It's 10:30 now. Let's see how long it takes us to get it loaded up. Right, so it's taken about a quarter of an hour, which isn't bad really, to get that whole lot loaded. Most importantly is the checklist, because with my memory I'm likely to leave stuff behind, so I think I've got everything I need. The benefit is that I'm only half an hour away from home anyway, if I had a major catastrophe and I'd forgotten something fundamental. But I think we've got everything. We'll hop in the car now and get over to the NEC. Right, so it's 12 o'clock. I'm booked in between 12:30 and 1:30, and it's about a half hour's run, so we should be about right for time. Loaded up to the roof, and we'll take a nice leisurely run on the grounds that shaking things about doesn't always help them perform very well later on. So quick trip up the motorway. It's pretty much motorway all the way. I'm 3 miles off the motorway at this end, and it's on a motorway takeoff, the actual NEC, so it should be a fairly straightforward run, and the weather's nice, which helps as well. Hiya, is that what you need? Thank you very much indeed. D2. Thank you. We're going out that way. We go out that way, so I can leave it pointing that way and unload. Right, that's been unloaded in about 10 minutes. So I'll go off and lose the car and we'll come back and see if we can put the layout up. Okay, so 5:30, heading home now, nearly home. Surprisingly for me, the layout worked when it was switched on. Usually when it's been travelling in the back of a car for a bit, it has one or two quirks. There was one little soldered joint had come undone on the control panel that I sorted. But other than that, it's all gone up. It's taken about an hour and a half, 2 hours maximum to put the thing up at a leisurely pace, so I've quite sort of taken my time on it, and then they've put the electric on, and as I say, everything seemed to work, so that's good. So we'll get back in the morning. I'll have an hour or two before the exhibition opens just to tidy the place up, make it into a sort of a working environment. At the moment there's stuff all over the floor, and we'll perhaps pop back, have a walk round in the morning, because there'll be a lot more layouts arriving and getting set up tonight and in the morning as well. So we'll go back and have a look tomorrow. Right, day 2 of the weekend. This is a Saturday morning. It's 22 minutes past 6. Just setting off for the NEC. Should be an easier run than I had both going and coming back on Friday because of traffic, but I don't expect there's going to be a lot around at the moment. The site opens up at 6:30 in the morning, so shouldn't be a problem to get in. It's going to be quite a long day because I thought it finished at 5, but it finishes at 6. They're opening up to the advanced ticket holders at 9:15, I think, so there's a fair amount of time on my feet all day. So as I got into the exhibition, there were still layouts being set up. I got plenty of time to get things tested out. Gordon Gravick came over, who I didn't realise was going to be there. He's the guy who wrote the book in which this layout was a sketched design, if you like. It was something he'd never actually built, but he designed it, and he was quite interested to come and see the thing actually in real life. We had quite a good chat for a while. It's something he lives close to my daughter down in Weston-super-Mare, so we'd had chats before, but he'd never actually seen the layout, so it was interesting to have that little chat with him. The layout was performing quite well. The early part of the morning was quiet because they have advanced ticket holders there, but when it opened up at 10 o'clock things started to get busy, and really at that point you tend to lose all sort of sight of quite what's going on around you because you're that busy concentrating on what you're doing. But we had a steady stream of folks. It probably was a little bit quieter than previous years, bearing in mind this was the first time they'd had the exhibition here for a couple of years. But what they'd also done, they'd opened up the gangways a lot wider, so it seemed a lot quieter. In the past it's been quite a crush, but with the wider gangways I think it's helped matters along. I managed to grab 10 minutes for a bit of lunch and quick walk back and forth from the canteen area, and came back, took over from one of my Leamington Model Railway Club colleagues who'd been operating it for a little while I was away, and then got back to working away at it until it was time to go. Say good night to everybody. So day 3, Sunday, slightly easier day in terms of timings, but obviously I've got to pack up at the end of a day on my feet. It's 7:15 in the morning, so I've had an extra hour in bed. I had a pretty successful day, I think. Yesterday we got, the layout has been booked in for a photo shoot with British Railways Model Railways magazine, so we'll get some not only some coverage with that, but also some income, usually, because you get paid if you're doing a magazine article. So that was good. The layout ran yesterday, touch wood, without any major problems. There were 1 or 2 hiccups along the way. There always are when things get stuck in places it shouldn't get stuck, dust and coal and things like that, but nothing that we couldn't sort out within a matter of a few minutes. Fairly long day in that I didn't get home until about 7:30, 8 o'clock time. So not bad. More importantly, I sold the layout by about 11:30. So the layout sold. Somehow we've got a sort of means of getting it to Felixstowe, but that'll probably be after Christmas now with this photo shoot to do. But we'll get over there. It's very much the same as it was yesterday, so I won't bore everybody with that, and maybe take a couple of shots when we do the tear down, and see what it's all about when we come home. So here we are, it's 4:45 on the last day of the exhibition. Had a good day, nothing seems to have broken. I've had one point blade come undone, but a bit of super glue sorted that out. So the exhibition will shut in about a quarter of an hour, and then we'll take the whole layout apart for the last time
well, it won't be the last time if it's got to go for a photo shoot, but the last time in anger, and see how we get on with that. Right, so there we are. It's 7:15 Sunday night. Exhibition over, packed up. Layout packed up quicker than I normally do, so that's been good. Although it's its last time out anyway, so it's not really that relevant. Last exhibition outing for that layout anyway. But it's been a good 2 days. I've enjoyed it. Been on my feet for 10 or 11 hours a day for the 2 days, so I'll no doubt know about it tomorrow or Tuesday, but it's sort of worth the effort. We've solved the layout, that's something that'll bring a few pounds in, so on the whole there'll be a few £100 in the kitty for the new layout, and I've met a lot of old friends, made some new ones, and generally had a pretty good time. So I hope the video was of interest. Look forward to seeing you next week. We'll be doing something different, I hope. I'll see you then. Bye.